Well, hello everybody and welcome back. I'm your host, Veteran Mountain Man, and it's another Spiritual Thursday. So today's topic is actually going to be envy versus inspiration. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, of course I know the difference, and just fast forward through this. I understand that. But there are a lot of kids in this day and age that don't seem to get the difference. So I wanted to do a discussion on it. Well, let's break down the two first. So, envy is when you irrationally are jealous of what another person has. You want exactly what they have. You don't want them to have it. You want to be that, period. Not them. Now, inspiration is when you see something that somebody else has and you go and you find a way to get it that doesn't harm that person. So there is a difference here. And one of the things is that I don't think a lot of people seem to get the difference because Karl Marx in and of himself didn't understand the difference. It's one of the reasons his political philosophy and his economic philosophy of socialism, which is both what we talk about when we talk about socialism and communism even to this day, pushed the idea that everybody should own everything equally. And that way, everybody had the same amount of wealth. That way, no one could covet anyone else's wealth. Everybody would be equal. Because, see, he was envious of other people's wealth. He didn't actually have anything. His business partner, who ran a factory, was the one that paid for all of his BS. It was really sad because none of his writings actually came from firsthand experience. He didn't go and create anything. All he did was covet. And it's one of the reasons that socialism is amoral, is because he founded his whole principle on envy. Now, envy is a natural emotional reaction for people, and I get that. I'm not saying that you can ever completely do away with that unreal lizard brain spark of, I want that. But the big difference is whether or not you can use that as inspiration or whether or not you're going to use it to harm others. And that's the difference between where it's envy and where it's inspiration, is how you use it, not the fact that you had it. Because, see, we can't fight our basic primordial instincts. Those exist. Those have been what have allowed humanity to evolve for a long time. There's a reason you can't fight them, because they're ingrained and they're necessary. But that doesn't mean that you can't use them in a positive manner. You are the one who has control of your choices to where you can either use them positively or negatively. And the big difference between whether or not you're a good person or not comes down from that. Not from some magical moral high ground that you think you're taking because you say you're doing something for somebody else. That's not moral high ground. The difference is what you're actually doing to a person. If you're stealing from them, as socialism will and must, then you're doing bad things. If you're letting a person be and letting them make their own choices and using their choices to inspire you to make similar choices, or inspiring you to make choices that allow you to go a similar path, that's a different thing. That is a very different thing. And that's something that doesn't get talked about. That's how socialism is immoral. That's why it's immoral. So, I would encourage you all to give some contemplation on envy versus inspiration and help those around you quit being so envious of others, because envy only leads to destruction of the thing that you covet and of yourself, whereas inspiration can lead to you being satisfied. So take the road that will actually be good for you and is actually good for everyone around you. And let your spark be inspiration and not envy. Well, I want to thank you all again for joining me. Please don't forget to come on out to unapologeticpagan.com for more of this kind of content. And also, you can catch me at my other social media sites listed down below. And as always, have yourself a beautiful Thursday.